Good morning. Here is your music lesson for the week of the fourth Sunday in Lent during our time of pandemonium, starting a new series of hymn introductions. So in the Hymnal 1982, we have a lot of music we'd call early music, that is to say music from the medieval and Renaissance and Baroque periods. It's one of the reasons I like the hymnal so much. And there are some hymns that may seem really unapproachable, because they seem more difficult than they really are. So take, for example, hymn 266. It's one of the hymns for the Feast of the Annunciation, the feast we celebrate this week. That's why I chose it. It's from an old medieval manuscript. We don't even know where it comes from, but it's found in a library in Glasgow. And it's an anthem for Annunciation. And it's an interesting piece. It uses some Latin text in a burden, B-U-R-D-E-N, which is an old word for a refrain or a chorus, like you might have in a pop song. And in fact, some of the modes of this hymn or song sort of seem to have a folky aspect to them. And that's one of the reasons I think it's rather attractive. So Nova, Nova, Ave fit ex Eva is the burden or the refrain, which means news, news. Ave is the new Eve, or out of Eve is made Ave, because Ave and Eva are mirrors of each other. And Mary becomes the new Eve, the new promise, the new covenant, etc. And then after that, you have verses which are set in sort of a jaunty rhythm, which you could sing very strictly, or you could sing quite freely, if you like. And this is a hymn you could introduce to a congregation with very little musical aptitude, if you have one singer who can maybe sing the refrains, or rather the verses, and then the congregation or the choir could sing the burden or the refrains. So hymn 266. Let's see if I can get a good note to start here. So here goes. Nova, Nova. That's the last four measures of the hymn, which might make a good introduction, actually. But the beginning burden goes like this. Nova, Nova, Ave fit ex Eva. And you could repeat that a number of times until people learn it by rote, or just sing it once. So I might sing the last four measures of each verse as an introduction. Nova, 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 Ave fit ex Eva. Which you can then repeat. Nova, Nova, Ave fit ex Eva. Gabriel of high degree, he was sent from the Trinity to Nazareth in Galilee. Nova, 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 Ave fit ex Eva. He met a maiden in that place. There he knelt down before her face, and said, Hail Mary, full of grace. Nova, 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 Ave fit ex Eva. When the maiden heard his song, she was filled with confusion strong, and feared that she had done a wrong. Nova, 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 Ave fit ex Eva. Said the angel, have no fear, by conception without compare, the Saviour Jesus shall you bear. Nova, 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 Ave fit ex Eva. And you could sing the verses in strict rhythm if you'd like as well. There are yet but 6 months gone since Elizabeth conceived John, to be the herald of God's Son. Nova, 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 Ave fit ex Eva. Said the maiden, verily, I am your servant right truly, the handmaid of the Lord now see. Nova, 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 Ave fit ex Eva. Hymn 266, total winner.